August 28th, we got a call from Boston Medical Center saying that my son was basically in a coma in the hospital and not expected to survive, actually. He had several back surgeries and a couple of strokes, and these were all caused by using and sharing dirty needles.
I've seen a lot of overdoses in my life, and I'm tired of seeing it, and I would love to see the change that we need to make.
You know somebody that has had a problem, or you know somebody that overdosed. You know somebody that's lost somebody.
They shared a needle. I don't know where they used it, but both of them ended up in the ICU. One portion of this hospitalization cost $220,000. That was not the whole time. That was the first bill that came. Another bill came that was $77,000. My son has been in jail many times, all related to his addiction.
You look at statistics, you look at studies. Jailing people never works. Incarceration does not work for any kind of drug problems. It does not help people. It does not further their lives. It basically throws them into a cyclical loop of, problem after problem after problem.
It's just, it has not been a solution for my son, that's for sure. And many of the people that he associates with, the same thing. They've all been in prison more than once. This story really breaks my heart. He smuggled Suboxone into jail during his last go-round there. And for that, he was subjected to 4 months in solitary confinement. To put somebody with mental illness in solitary confinement just seems to me to be extremely inhumane. And he, every time he's gone to jail, he has come out far worse than when he went in. Because it's not treatment, and it's not long-term treatment. It's long-term removal from society, which I guess has somewhat of an effect on a person, but
you can't just force people for treatment unless they're ready for it. And that's one of the things with harm reduction. Harm reduction meets people where they're at. A safe consumption site gives you a place where you can walk in, and it can give you the option to go into rehab if you so choose, or meet a professional that could talk to you about your intake or what your goals for are. And if you're not ready for that, at the bare minimum, it gives you a place where you can walk in there and you can know that what you're using, or the equipment that you're using, is clean.
Fentanyl is being placed into a lot of the drugs going around lately, so it'll be, they'll be able to get their drugs tested there.
I know the questions that come up around, for example, are we enabling people? Are we making it too easy for them to do this? And I have conflicts about how much I agree with it, but the whole idea of enabling, I don't think comes into play in this way, because he and the people who he's closest to, who also have the same struggle with addiction, we're not enabling them because they've tried and tried and tried to quit. And for whatever reasons, mental health issues, the pull of this kind of addiction, which is huge. I hear it's worse than anything. But to have an actually medical supervised place or some kind of medical professional supervising this seems to me to make sense. And I know I might be sounding like non-emotional, and I'm speaking about my son, but we've been going through this for almost 30 years. Continuously, he tries, he goes to rehab, he stays off of these drugs for a certain amount of time, and then we're right back on it again. So it's not a question of enabling him, it's a question of making what he is going to do anyway more safe. We don't know when the next dose would be fatal. And because of that, I've mostly come to the conclusion that I suppose this is one way to go. I just wanted to come on and say all of this for me as his mother. As you can imagine, it's been It's been an adventure that's been incredibly, incredibly difficult. But also for him, he really wants this to be said and wants me to say it for him. So I am. Thank you for listening.
It really doesn't make any sense why all these other countries can have this perfectly sane, logical, and humane way to help people access treatment and live.
You know, if he had had a place that was safe and medically supervised, you know, if he had had a place that was safe and medically supervised